the previous discussion? If no, then I'd ask for a motion on moving forward.
I guess I'll make the motion. I move that the council affirm the mayor's decision to eliminate the position of town administrator and terminate based upon reorganization and reduction of town staff effective today.
Jonathan motions,
I second.
Tanya seconds.
Once. Is it possible to open it for discussion or we're through with discussion?
Well, I opened it for discussion and nobody
Right.
said
And
anything.
then, and I was just looking after the option.
Is there a second? We can go
I can't
back.
hear you guys. I don't know if you can hear me.
You can discuss the motion after the motion's been seconded, there, you can have a
Yeah,
discussion
the
about that.
discussion of the motion.
Yeah, I just,
So then you can discuss.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
all right. So we have a motion and a second.
Yeah.
So my concern is what if at some point bring back a town administrator or part-time administrator, what does that do to the motion saying that we are voting to, the reason we're terminating her is to eliminate the position?
Well, my answer would be that I don't know what's gonna happen a year from now or 2 years from now. The town may be in a different situation, but at this point in time, we've come to the conclusion, I think, as a group that, and based upon what other towns do, in our class, there's 140 towns below 10,000. Almost literally none of them have town administrators. Now, going forward, if our population begins to move up, we have new dynamics, then I would say we should all get together and look at, just like you're in business, do we need this resource to do certain things? And it may not be a town administrator, maybe it's another type of resource that position that the town needs. And I think that's good administrative and executive management in the business. Right now, I think we've concluded that town administrators don't necessarily fit towns our size. And it's redundant. So, and that relates to the financial aspect. So I would just conclude by saying, I don't know what's gonna happen there here, Carol, but, we will talk about it as a group. And if we move in some other direction, then we'll do that.
Does this open us up for a lawsuit from her that all of a sudden we opened it up to searching for another town administrator? That's my concern. Are we opening ourselves up for more legal
Discussion. I think it's legal advice.
And so, yeah, let me just answer, you're making the decision based on the circumstances that exist today. You have no legal capacity to bind future councils or mayors. And so if any decision was made in the future, it would be based on the facts that existed at that time. And so you've made your decision based on what is existing today, and that's not something that I would say in the future has anything to, that the future has nothing to do with what you're considering today.
Okay.
And to be fair in business, when this happens, typically companies look at new types of skill sets that come into the company because of new needs, so I would, I think that's out in the future someplace. I don't know if we can predict on anything.
Yeah, I think that's the answer to the question, so. If there's no other questions, I'd probably take a vote.
So, Carol,
Yes,
Brian,
Yes.
Peter,
Peter.
Yes, I'm here now. I couldn't hear you for the last 5 minutes. I left and came back in.
Ken,
yes.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried, so, we will move forward as we said, and, this item is done. Let's move on. We have a couple more things in the meeting here. And we were covering some of the committee meeting minutes. I'm sorry, the committees, and we got to the EDC, the Economic Development Committee. I think we concluded with the IPSAT committee, correct?
Yep.
So let's go to the EDC, Tammy, and any updates on that?
I really don't. We're still ideating, is what the kids call it. So hopefully next, I'll share.
I used to call it cogitate.
I like that.
It's a lot more fun to say that.
I use that word a lot.
Next committee is Peter. You know.
And you kind of gave the update at the beginning of the meeting, right? We have the two events planned, and we rolled out constant contacts. And we're working on other communication strategies for the town.
We may engage with easy texting to get more texts out as well, so.
Mhm.
That's where we're going on that. Remember the dates. Transportation committee, Carol.
Two things. I'll talk about transportation first, and then I want to talk about post or open space. We did submit our scope of work to UDOT. It did get accepted as a scope of work, but they haven't gotten back to us in terms of whether or not they have approved everything that we asked for. So we're waiting for that. We have met as a committee. Basically, it was Ralph, Thomas, Dennis, and myself, and then we did get some advice from UDOT. That was Jason, and then from
Jordan,
thank you, sorry, and then from Meg.
Dan, and
Dan, right, I'm sorry. There were many names. Ralph,
I'm getting better at names.
right, and Ralph has done most of the work on it. He did, is it okay for me to say that he used AI a little bit? And I think we got together a really good scope that we want to do, and we're waiting to hear back. Once we hear back, and we find out about what they're going to, if they will award us the full amount, then we will put out a request for proposals to different consulting firms and continue forward. So we have a number of elements or issues that we're hoping to go forward with. And so that's the transportation. And then with the post committee, Brian brought this up today because he was riding his bike on one of the trails, the perimeter trail mostly, right? And the parallel trail to the road. And it is so covered with thistles that he could barely get his bike through.
It's riding through the valley of death.
Right.
There was just enough room for my handlebars with maybe an inch of clearance on either side, and I managed not to get too scratched up.
So
One of the 600, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
the issue is, in years past, the post committee has tried to organize a volunteer committee to work on the thistles.
Right.
But it appears that it hasn't done a lot of good because
It's everywhere.
they're worse than they've ever been.
They're 5 or 6 feet tall. They're all in full bloom with these brilliant seed pods that are ready to spread all over the place.
And we collected, I mean, I was on the committee last year, we collected a ton of thistles with heavy gloves and with bags. We collected them, we took them to a truck and they carted them off. You know, they had all the seeds in them and apparently didn't do that much good. So I guess my question is, do I try to get another committee to do it? It really is not our land.
No.
It's the park's land.
Yeah.
He did reach out to Amanda. She got it. She answered back and she said, well, in September, I can get a committee together. That's September. This is early July.
Yeah.
It's way beyond. I mean, the seeds will spread everywhere. So I'm thinking it's a pointless. It seems pointless. I mean, Thomas, you're on the post committee, or you were on the
Yeah.
post committee. I mean, is it It was really a lot of hard work, I will tell you. I got
I've been out
stretched out.
there, yeah, doing it.
Right.
Last year, I don't know how you keep up with it, it's almost impossible.
It's almost, it's constant, you just have to do it every year, maybe a couple times a year.
Right, and is
So-
it up to us? Or is it the park? You know?
Maybe we reach out to Amanda to see if they could do something a little bit earlier, because you're right, unless it's volunteers, that's their land, right?
Right.
Yeah, I ended my email to her saying if you need help with volunteers, Carol and I can help, right?
We could
She
try
wrote-
to organize
And
them,
she wrote back, here, I've got it.
right?
She wrote back, hi Brian, it grows faster than we can spray or cut it. I know we were working, with Serve Park City for a September volunteer day in that area. That's too late, right?
Yeah,
We definitely always love volunteers that are willing to blah, 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 blah. I think that we could work out, with y'all, a designation day that's something that might be interested in, if not, a big organized day, it could be individuals. So she's willing to do, if we want to help organize the volunteers, she's willing to work with us.
Well, it's not just Hideout, it's Deer Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean,
Right.
it's,
The whole area.
yeah, I
right?
mean, my daughter uses the Art Beach Trail
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time.
right,
So,
right.
she lives in parts, you know, over.
Yeah,
two A or
whoever, you know, all
We
around.
got two A, and so how do we get a better organization around that?
I don't know, because it's
It's
so
almost
bad
too
and it's so
late.
many miles of trail.
yeah,
Just walking down there, you're gonna need like 100 volunteers if you really wanna clip those heads off before they
I would agree,
propagate,
with
right?
you, yeah.
You'd have to have people every quarter mile or half mile or something like that.
What
right?
are, Thomas, do you know what other, Park City just manicures through their own maintenance team?
I think they use their own maintenance team, and of course, it's on
It's on the
municipal
property.
land, right?
Yeah,
It's
right,
within
right,
town boundary.
They're
Yeah, I mean,
responsible.
they, you know, the stuff over at.
HOAs, I know even my HOA, we have to, hire people to help us do it. We do it voluntarily, but we actually do sometimes have to reach out. It is constant. It really is
Yeah.
amazing. It's constant. But I mean, to the mayor's point, I mean, if Amanda maybe could throw out some sort of an ask for volunteers, you've got, Wasatch Springs, the north, you've got Hideout, maybe even, Tuahey, maybe, maybe we could get a bunch along at least the one side.
Folks who live in Black Rock are friends of
Black Rock,
mine,
yeah,
they
yeah.
go over here all the time.
maybe, I mean, like we have our, in May, our cleanup day.
Yeah.
That we try to do, and again, it's always the same 5 or 6 people, that's it, so, I don't know,
Yeah, we need to get the word out.
yeah.
We need a strategy on this, like, how do you?
I mean, that
do this?
trail, we put it, we got a grant. Or we helped the state get a grant, right, to put that gravel trail in that goes parallel to the road, so you can bike and walk without being on the highway, right? And it was beautiful, and now it's totally overgrown, it's literally a single track. Is what you can see for people who've been walking their dogs, this is about 6 inches wide.
And it's along which road?
The main
the
road
entrance
that
road
goes in, the entrance
Oh,
road.
into the park. Oh,
Yeah, well, it goes along, yeah, it goes all the way down to the perimeter trail, that's what I was trying to ride, right? And it got so bad, I had an exit where we could go off on the road, and I did the last, quarter mile on the road, and I rode back on the road because it was so bad.
I mean, if maybe we could coordinate with Amanda, the other communities, and maybe even Wasatch Trails, right? They have a pretty good volunteer system.
They
The
do,
Wasatch Trail people,
Yeah.
bikers and folks, if we could get people lined up, coordinating that will take a little bit of just efforts, a logistical effort.
Well, the other thing is, we were talking to Nancy O'Toole.
Yeah,
Again, and, there's a new batch of money. And also the Utah Trails Network has $270 million. That the state has funded, Thomas, you and I with Carlos
Yeah.
Braceras,
yeah.
tapping into those funds,
Yeah.
so, because you're just not gonna get enough people.
I
to
think
Now,
volunteer.
what you really need is, the correct way to do this is right about now, because they're in full bloom, clip all the heads off, right? Just take the heads off the seed pods, right, the pretty part. And then come through, the park has ATVs with mowers, right? Come through and mow all that crap, right? And just mulch it.
Are they just do anything in the park without the parks permit?
No, what I'm saying is, The volunteers could clip the heads.
with the permission of the park
Oh, yeah, no,
manager.
she's saying she's willing to do that.
Okay.
I still want you to do that.
Yeah, they get involved, they've supplied the tools.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and
They
they
do.
have the big,
They're pretty
they have a big van that's got all the stuff and they take everything away. And they're very thankful for getting out there.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's a good, it's not like a sustaining strategy.
No, no.
It's just a piecemeal strategy.
Like I said, maybe
And
going
we
to
need
the
money.
date, this is part of the trail system,
Yeah,
right? And getting, maybe just making them aware of this is going on, right? There's some maintenance that needs to be done. I don't know.
let's maybe, have a small subgroup here
Okay.
to work on this and just see
I'll make it.
what are the art of the possibilities. I would ask like, what is Midway doing? What is Heber doing? Because the Wasatch Trails Network group is pretty strong.
Yeah.
So, maybe we bring them in and figure out, what could we do similarly to what somebody else has
Yes.
done? Anyway, I think it's a really good discussion because everybody uses the trails. But, yeah.
You can navigate them.
In the meantime, wear long pants.
Yeah,
Jacket.
Yeah.
okay, we got one more, and I know we want to adjourn because we're slightly after 7:30. I thought we'd make it by 7:30 here.
Oh, you got a minute.
We got the wildfire committee, and I got some actually not so much updates. Anything from your end?
No, I think we've done it so far. We talked about, the fire station.
And I mean, I've been on some of the calls, but Lauren had just said, and I know this is the case, no updates on the cameras recently, because we're trying to get a location for the camera on this side of the pond here, which we got denied from using the tank. So I volunteered this building or maybe the fire station for this. But now Extel is the Alert West, the company that puts the cameras in, and that's the fulfilling company. They would really like to go up as high as possible on the other side. So we're still working this stuff out. In the meantime, we don't have any camera coverage, and that's bad.
Yeah.
So, so that's one piece.
Can I ask a question? Is there some town-owned land up high towards Golden Eagle or land that the town controls, where there is some electrical supply nearby? Because if so, couldn't we just put that on town-owned?
I don't even know if they need electrical supply. Do you know what power over Ethernet is as an example? It's they can use small power, so I don't know on
I don't
the.
either, because they have tilt and they have tilt and zoom, so that takes power, because that is little motors, so I'm not sure it works over
I
Ethernet.
know.
But we can
Yeah,
ask,
it's very
but
good.
if there is a location up there, that the town owns the land or controls the land, we might be able to just put it up.
Well, the fire station.
Could you use a
Well,
Rocky
that's
Mountain
the-
power pole?
I don't know, with
Behind
their
the fire
permission.
station.
With their permission, yeah.
We said the fire station would be an option, so in this building.
But I think what Jonathan is saying is you don't have to wait for the fire station to be built, if you're building it behind, up the hill, so to speak, from the station.
Yeah.
And power over Ethernet will power it, so all you need is Ethernet.
I think we better double check that with the manufacturer. Because with
Wow.
tilt and zoom, that's a little more current than just an image, but I don't know that. I'm speculating.
Doesn't run off solar.
Well, that's possible, it's more complicated, but it's definitely possible.
We should talk to the company that's providing.
Yeah.
It's Alert West, they're obviously a big company, they do most of California.
Step one, promise.
They have to solve this.
Yeah, I think the question really
Is there power
was,
there?
is there some land up there? Do you know offhand?
I don't think,
Deep
up in
drain.
Golden Eagle,
Yeah,
I don't
Or
think we have
sorry, Rock.
anything, they have, the HOA has some open space area dedicated up there, but it's not municipal land, it's their open space.
Well, what about Nate? Nate's got a project going up.
maybe.
He might be willing to allow us to stick a pole in an obscure.
We have
location.
we have the park up there and we have the area where the,
Guess
pickleball
what, we
court
own
building's
some,
gonna be.
we're deeded land within Nate's area. You know that, we've got the two well sites that we that was written into the contract,
Yeah.
plus some other land. I don't know if that's an ideal location, because it dips there.
It is a little bit lower, yeah.
Whereas
I think the fire station is gonna get power in a lot sooner than.
Yeah, you got power there,
Right, if we need it.
Something
But that's what I would like.
The new fire station.
But that's the big piece, and we're sitting here and, there's a gentleman named Evan from Extel, and he's the, he's the money guy, so to speak, that approves everything, and he'd like, and he's just been busy from what I gather. Anyway, so that's one piece. We still need to complete the comprehensive wildfire planning, CWPP. Josh Klein, who's the co-chair of the group, was supposed to get together with me, and he needed some input from me. Julie Quick was, she's one of the landscape experts. She's doing some work with a group of HOAs and helping them get more clarity on the landscaping piece. Thomas, I know you know that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say stay in touch with her. What did Lauren say here? And then Lauren's gonna go over the budget, pick some priorities to start working on, because we have money funded for it, so. That's it from wildfire. And, we do wanna start as you were talking about, some kind of water conservation committee. So we know that the state's pretty much out of, is very, limited on water supplies here, so,
We have one volunteer already for
is
that.
that Alicia?
Alicia, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, yeah, anyway, that's committee. Anything else from anyone before we adjourn?
There was one more issue. We had put on the discussion about, the fees for parking in an emergency access area under the public hearing. I just need to know, you guys had talked about $1,000. Are you serious? Do you want me to put the fine at $1,000? I just need to know what it is. We can't finish that until I know what you want.
Nice round number.
I like it, you can always bring it then.
It's got just the right number of zeros.
I'd say yes.
I'm okay with that.
Do you need a motion on this or
No, I'll bring it back and we will.
ratify?
Yeah, because we need to put the map on it, so we'll ratify it.
Likewise for construction without a permit.
That's
The
right.
email said, I think $1,000 is.
Per day.
Yeah.
That should be, yeah, that's $1,000 a day. That
Here,
$1,000 is too cheap for that, Brian. Sorry.
gotta be ripped out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no permit for that.
yeah, and, we don't know who built it, nobody's only
Well,
know.
we think we know.
We think, we have an idea.
No, but I was told that somebody, yeah, like in Soaring Hawk or Golden Eagle, somebody started building without a permit.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. That was just in the last 90 days.
Where?
I don't know exactly. Jan told me about it. I don't know exactly where.
To find out.
Well, we're not really taking public comment at this point. So I think that's over. Is that correct?
So, yeah, so, Mr. Vedder probably was here for that public hearing item, which we're not discussing.
Which I,
That public hearing item, the discussion of,
Corbin, can we open up something quick for Mr. Rutter?
this was the item that we stated that there was no discussion, and that was discussion and consideration, for the.
Oh, this is the one that we put it on the public hearing because he wanted to make a comment. Yes, we probably should open up the public hearing then because we noticed it.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So, Brett, are you still
Yes.
on?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I've been waiting 2.5
Excellent.
hours for something that was gonna happen at 6 o'clock. But yeah, I guess we had talked about bringing the revision back for public comment, and the copy I saw had no revision to it in the wording of the definitions of some terms that are gonna make this, in opinion, untenable, and basically the wording is still that any car parked on the street as legally permitted today would be given $1,000 fine. So I think we need to go back and look at the definitions of the words to make sure that that's what's intended, and really talk through some of those potential consequences that I've identified before there's a vote on approving anything.
And just so you understand, last time we were here, there was a discussion about designating particular streets where they felt like that was a particular interest, and it wasn't Longview Drive, which one did we say was the one that we were gonna designate?
Longview is likely one that you could designate for parking on one side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because it's more than 26 feet wide, meets Wasatch Fire Department standards for one side parallel
Yeah,
parking.
yeah.
And on the map that I sent you, I noted those streets that I'm pretty sure are 26 feet wide, so that's.
Okay, yeah, so Brett, there will be a map that's attached so that it doesn't apply to all streets throughout the town. There's only going to be a certain number that are truly considered true emergency access points. And those will be the only ones where you're gonna carry this heavy fine if if you're getting in the way of an emergency.
Yeah, so I understand that in concept. I would guess I would ask the council to expose for public comment the actual proposed wording. I live on Longview. I experience the problems. Believe me, I want better controls over the parking. But I also live here and see what happens, and I see a lot of issues with the existing proposed wording. So I'm just asking the council to put forward the final proposed wording for public comment and take that comment into consideration before taking a vote.
It'll get circulated before the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. I also ask, I know you guys do you try really hard, but this topic was in the first 4 topics at 6 o'clock. I would ask the council to try to stick to the agenda times or adjust them. If they need more time, that's fine. It's hard when I call in at times to try to be present for specific issues and they've either already been talked about or, here we are an hour and 40 minutes after this topic was approximate time. So I do appreciate all the effort. Just pass that on. And I know you got a hard job to do to keep it on time. So thanks.
Thank you, Brett. Okay,
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Regarding that, I was thinking about the wording in the parking and in the street below me, which is Longview Drive. Is it Longview? What is it? Shoreline Drive. Shoreline Drive.
Transitions from one to the other. Yeah.
Right. There is a large motorhome that periodically parks there. It literally takes up half the street. It is sometimes there overnight. And they're loading it or they're unloading it and they're doing electrical stuff. And it literally blocks half the road.
uh-huh.
And I mean, they're working on it. It's not that it's just sitting there. But what if there is a fire or an emergency and it's parked there? And would that be subject to a fine? Or
Only if it's under an emergency designated route.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
This is along shoreline.
it's a long shoreline, that is a major
Yeah,
road.
Yeah.
And
It's also.
it-
Hold on, there are rules and regulations about RV parking and I believe it's no more than a night or something. Someone should look it up because I had that issue on my street and I looked it up. I don't remember exactly, but it is regulated, and then with that regulation, the new parking enforcement people would fine those people if they've violated it. But it's pretty limited what you're allowed to do with an RV in Hideout.
So, and I feel for them, where I used to live in Reno, they had a rule that it was a 24-hour rule that they could load, unload,
Yeah.
clean it, whatever, and then they had to move it. But I was just thinking, what if there is an emergency in this, with all fire stuff and everything, and it's sitting there blocking a major road. So.
well,
We'll have to look, well, yeah, I mean, it's like, we'll have to look at what we've got, number one. We're in the process of clarifying this, right? It's like, when we designate emergency areas, if it's parked there, it's $1,000 fine.
Right.
And if it's not designated as emergency, then it would be subject to whatever we put in here, what we've already got, and we may need to change that.
Yeah, and it can't go into a driveway. It's way too
It's way
big
too
to go
big,
into
yeah.
a driveway. And I think that the owner probably should have the right.
I think I know which vehicle you're talking
It's this
about.
great big black,
Yeah,
it's
but,
silver one. Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
he
know,
told me he was selling that several months ago, but he never sold it.
Right. But I'm thinking, I've lived next door to somebody who had a big motorhome in Reno. And he had to unload it and load it. He also was the campground host. And he used his motorhome, for the campground host vehicle. And, he had to go in and out. I mean, it's just, what do you do?
Well, maybe we can come up with something, Corbin, that's relevant to maybe some other towns like us.
Yeah, I
And
put a
now
look at our
streets.
RV code and see what we learned.
Yeah, and see, like,
We do have some language.
6 hour parking for
Right,
RVs or
subject to-
something.
Yeah,
that's-
our HOA, I think, allows 48 hours now for that.
That's too much.
It's just 2 days, it's more than 1 day,
Yeah.
but
Might be 2 or 3.
our annual meeting is coming up next month and we're revising the rules, so this will be good, we wanna follow the town. When it comes to parking stuff, we really wanna go, we don't wanna be redundant or
Yeah.
conflicting, right?
And our streets are very narrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Just along that line, as we think about parking management and emergency ingress egress. Roads like Longview or Shoreline, most of Shoreline, I think through town is at least 26 feet wide. From a Wasatch Fire Department perspective, they consider parallel parking takes up about 6 feet. That leaves 20 feet, which is their minimum requirement for emergency vehicles. So you could use that route, as long as you only had parking on one side.
Yeah, no,
You could, in theory, use that road as a road where you could park on the side. We'll want to make sure we don't get in conflict with each other on our parking management plan and our emergency ingress egress, right?
right.
Yeah. Okay.
I suspect that RV is more than 860.
I suspect
Probably
that's
8
the
feet.
case too.
Probably 8 feet, yeah. Now, if you can park 2 feet off of the road.
But you're not allowed to.
Yeah, right. If it's grass, you can't do it, right?
It was just a thought.
Yeah,
I worry about it.
because of our narrow roads, I mean.
He has to get his
Okay.
neighbor to put gravel on. the
I think
Yeah,
needs
we're
a little bit more research as to what we could do, and maybe it's an HOA thing, I don't even know, so.
Well, the master HOA, because it's in the Hideout Canyon Master MDA area, right? So you've got the town rules, you've got the
HOA.
CPA rules, and you've got the shoreline rules, right?
Right.
And what we've been trying to do with shoreline is say, don't create any rules that are covered by the town or by the CPA, right? You just get into that conflict of trying to keep them in sync, right? So we've already got that issue with the WUI code for the town, right? That is in conflict with the CPA rules. The DRC rules and the CPA that say you gotta have wood siding, you gotta have mulch, right?
Right,
Well, some of that has been preempted by the state.
But the state, fortunately, the state.
Right.
and state changes everything at this point, kind of.
Okay.
All right.
I can't find a town code on motorhomes or
I couldn't either.
boats or anything of a large size.
Claude is having a very hard time. It's running on my computer and it's
Yeah.
going in circles.
Cannot find it.
Uh,
So we may need to address that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Okay, in keeping with trying to get this meeting concluded, does anyone have a motion?
Yes.
to-
Hold on a second. Wait. Before you stop, it did pull up, said under the,
Aye.
Motion carried.
all right.